Hey guys, welcome back to the DB Business Blueprint Podcast. We back here and I got my friend and partner. We back at it, Mr. Duc, who is the principal broker for our company, the Blueprint Real Estate Advisors. Duc, what's going on, man? How you doing?
Good. Thanks for having me on.
Oh, absolutely, man. So, Duc, so you're the principal broker for Blueprint Real Estate Advisors. How long you been a realtor before switching over, becoming the broker?
6 years.
6 years. 6 years. And do you got any, like, right now, like, what is, like, the whole Blueprint Real Estate Advisors? What does all that mean? I mean, every company got a meaning, right? This is something that we came up with. Like, what is the meaning of our company?
Well, to me, the blueprint is to not only earn commissions, which is active income,
right,
but be able to turn that into passive income and generational wealth and financial freedom, which is what most people want, but aren't able to necessarily get there through just traditional real estate sales, just keep getting on that commissions hamster wheel.
Right.
So what we're here for is to offer mentorship and guidance and turning agents into investors.
Yeah, and not only that, we here to teach it, but we actually practice what we teach. We've been doing this for many years. Having $70 million in real estate myself, and we actively manage almost 600 doors right now all across the U.S. from the East Coast, really focused, driving deep, buying multifamily properties and Dallas Fort Worth area. So it's really great. But here in Hawaii, it seems there's a lot of agents here. It seems like, right? And with the market right now, the market is currently has changed. As I know it's been tough for a lot of agents, but what are some things, because we still are we still doing deals, our agents still doing deals. Why do you think that? Because first my question is, how many agents do we have on Oahu? Do you know that number? About?
It's probably like 6,000.
Yeah, it's like 6,000 agents, and of that, you guessing like maybe how many of those are selling at least one house a quarter? You think that's like a percentage, a small percent, or
a very small percentage?
Very small.
I don't know those stats exactly, right. But it's a typical Pareto's principle, 80-20 rule,
right?
Where the majority of the transactions is done by a handful of agents.
And what do you think that those agents are doing? All right, that the other, say that 20% are doing, the other 80% are not. Like, what do you think? What are some things you see that agents are not doing?
Well, I think it's part of the relationships that they've built over the years with clients and referrals. A lot of real estate sales happen because of referrals and content marketing.
100%.
Agents that are able to
get in front of the camera. Like, you got to market yourself. Like, we tell a lot of agents say, I'm going with this company. They offer this, they offer that, but you have to invest in yourself. You got to get in the camera. That's all you need right here. The Apple camera is pretty awesome. We do short film, all the time. And we know that you have to invest in yourself, invest in your business. All right. Because most agents, you're your own boss, right? You got to pay your own taxes and things like that. But, with Blueprint Real Estate Advisors, right? I really want to go back into it. Like, what make us different as far as what are some of the strategies, right, that we are teaching, all right, other agents that's coming in. Like, we got a few agents, right, and man, they're doing their thing, and it's awesome, and they ready to get into the multifamily, right? They like, hey man, like, I'm ready to go. What are some of those things, right, that you want to talk about? Yeah,
so the blueprint, in my opinion, is you earn commissions through traditional real estate sales, and then you invest in multifamily syndication or some other passive income where you're not working for that money. Because if you're successful as an agent in Hawaii with the average single family home hovering around $1 million, you can definitely make a lot more per hour doing that than pretty much any other profession, doctor, lawyer, like you name it.
Right.
In fact, I know that from my personal experience.
Right.
Like on some of my transactions, like I've definitely made like way more per hour doing that than anything else I can imagine.
Right.
Just simply because in real estate, it's a business, so you can scale, you can have assistants, you can have systems and processes that allow you to work more efficiently and still produce a great result.
Right.
And, have happy clients.
Right. So and what we're preaching and what we're teaching, this just not a Hawaii thing. Like if you're an agent right now, where you're in North Carolina, New York, whatever the case may be, these same principles, these same things that we're talking about, taking your commissions, right? So Duc, you know what I mean, he takes he's a full-time broker, but he also, sell properties. So he's taking those profits, those commission checks, right? He offsetting those taxes because he meet the criteria of becoming a real estate professional. All right. Me, what I do is own more on the business side, where I own a chain of franchises. I got a lot of other active income. All right. Property management companies, you name it, I probably almost do it, right? So what I'm able to do is I'm also able, because I'm not in my business, I have different CEOs and I got CEOs for each pillar of my business, and up under that I have different managers and all that. So that allowed me to really only spend about 2 hours a week managing my business side, and then on the real estate side I just make sure I be on meetings, acquisition and things like that. And you look across my portfolio, we also got the Luxury Way business and all those things like that. And we self-manage all our property. So that gives us the opportunity to claim real estate professional. All right, listen up. All right, realtors, or, if you want to become a realtor or whatever, let's talk about it a little bit more. Real estate professional. What is it? How do someone qualify for it? Because we want to make sure that agents qualify for it, make sure they are set up right, because we know at the end of the day, like as long as we give, because we put systems and processes in order where we implement EOS and pretty much all our business, to include our Tri-City, our Blueprint Real Estate. We implement all these things, and we know as long as we doing those things and KPIs and knocking out rocks, as long as agents are doing what they have to do, they're gonna get and sell deals, right? We're gonna make sure that. But on the other side of the house, we want to make sure that as they receive that money, they are putting that money somewhere else, right? And that's when we talk about us, giving them the opportunity to invest in some of our deals, where that if you want to, own multifamily, normally even at an LP, that's going to be somewhere between $50,000. So I know I said a lot, so I want to kind of go back and let you talk about, real estate professional, how to qualify, all those things, and then the opportunities that we can provide for agents, all right, to be able to come over, invest into apartments with us, all right?
Yeah, so real estate professional status is an election on your taxes that basically means you are full-time real estate. So you have at least 750 hours documented hours working in real estate. And there are some other rules like material participation, but ultimately you can't have another W-2 job. Real estate has to be your main thing. And when you qualify for that and you have passive losses from, say, another multifamily syndication deal, then you can take those passive losses and offset commission income, for example, or portfolio income from the gains. So that flexibility allows you to then pay as little taxes as possible in that tax year. Now, the downside to that is you're going to use up your losses, and they're finite. So by the time you have another gain, you just have to produce more losses by buying into more multifamily syndication deals, which is basically what we've been doing.
Right.
And yeah,
it's the snowball effect, right? Like put it on a conveyor belt, snowball, put it on repeat, and just keep on going.
Yeah, I think it's one of the most tax efficient things you could do, because you can control pretty much how much taxes you're paying.
Yeah, no, you're 100% correct on that. As far as there's a lot of things going on right now, right? You have high interest rates. That's one of the main causes of the market has slowed down. But it says slow now, but houses are still selling, right? We like it may not sell in 17 days or whatever the case may be. But I'm seeing everything in my neighborhood, and within, I focus kind of like on that west side. My niche is Coralina. I live there. I love it there. I invest a lot, me and my wife personally, in Coralina. And I know every property that hits the market. I know how long they stay on the market, and they are still selling. We didn't see a $150,000-$200,000 delta. And it wasn't like values was at $1 million, and then they selling for $750,000 or $800,000. We're not seeing that. We're seeing maybe like a $50,000 cut. You know what I'm saying? In Coralina, where I'm talking about properties was $1 million selling for $950,000, maybe $940,000. You know what I'm saying? So what are some things that you're seeing?
Yeah, so prices have not really moved down much because the supply and demand pretty much moved together.
Right.
So as demand decreased from higher rates, which has been persistently high for a long time now, so the market has pretty much priced that in. The sellers are also trapped by their low interest mortgage that they got like a couple years ago.
Right.
So they're not willing to sell. So there's not enough inventory. So that's why, supply hasn't really shot up, and therefore prices pretty much remain stable because both kind of move together.
Yeah.
Of late, though, kind of before this most recent uptick in rates, there was a little bit more interest and activity that I've noticed in the market. I have a couple of transactions in escrow right now. One is cash, like buyer, and he was a cash buyer that sold. So if you have cash, like if you're a cash transactor right now, it's actually a great opportunity as like all these people that are relying on loans fall out and can't even qualify, especially condos, because condos are like really tricky with all the insurance issues they're facing, like being underinsured for hurricane insurance. So the lenders are backing off.
Yeah, they're pulling out. Right.
Yeah. So if you're a cash buyer, you can score some great deals right now. For example, one of the deals I have under contract, once it closes, it's going to be like $120K off of the original list price because cash. So yeah, definitely some great opportunities for cash buyers now.
Yeah, absolutely, man. It's definitely the way. What there's some other things too, like you said, cash buyers. Loan assumption. I'm currently right now in the middle of doing a loan assumption because I'm locking in, rates right now, 6+% or whatever, 5.5%, 6%. And I'm working on one that I'm doing is 2.2%, right? And because I got cash, saying like I was talking about on the earlier podcast, I'm always trying to earmark money. So I had already identified, I did a 1031 exchange on a property and we pushed those assets, the sales of the proceeds into 1031. So now, you got 45 days to identify the property. I had my property identified before I even, sold it, right? So now I'm going through that whole thing with Freedom Mortgage. I heard Freedom Mortgage is they take a long time and hard. I don't know if it was you or I think it was Larry Gonzalez kind of mentioned it, like, man, they tough to work with. But I'm doing a loan assumption. I already did the whole paperwork, but because I have cash and now I'm putting that $200,000 on a vacation rental at 2.2%. And I think that same mortgage that it's like $20-some $100 would have been like $40-some $100, right? In today's rates right now. So, cash is king and leverage, it's all about leverage. And I love leverage. What is one of the best things that you like to leverage, or you got a good leveraging story that you have done? Like one of the best leverage plays that you did? You like leverage all the time.
In terms of business, it's probably having a full-time VA. Can support all of my administrative tasks for both Tri-City and the real estate brokerage side. Leveraging people, I think, is one of the best things you could do. Yeah.
And your VA, his name is, I forgot his name again. Chucky, yeah, because Chucky, he's always on Slack. Every time you hit him up, hey, Duke, got a full-time employee, and that's and not just, if you're watching this, and I know we're talking about the Blueprint Real Estate Advisors, talking about real estate agents, but leverage. I'm glad that you mentioned, outsourcing help. There's some great talent overseas. All right, great talent that's very, very cost affordable. We talking about people with degrees and the whole 9 yards. Philippines, India, Where's Chucky at? Well, he's from the Philippines too. Oh, David team, that's right. So and we got, we have a whole team. I think we have right now we've got about 8 total VAs, and I'm actually having a meeting with David, and they actually coming down. Chloe she's gonna meet me in Texas, so we all gonna sit down. We're gonna meet up because we're gonna try to figure out as we continue to scale all these businesses, how are we able to leverage, other resources outside of the U.S. And there's so much going on, even with the U.S. This country is in a whole lot of debt. And, you think about where you want to put your money at, obviously real estate is good. The stock market, okay. But, it's so much debt in the U.S. And, being a real estate investor, one of the things that, I'm doing, and I'm telling my team of these agents, man, that are hungry. I'm like, you also got to, you got to get your property. You got to invest in multifamily. I went over to Dubai and got into investing in Dubai. And that's a whole totally different topic, but we're going to go really deep in there where I'm bringing a broker out from Dubai. Her name Denise, the broker. She'll be out at the Hawaii Millionaire Mindset. So if you plan on coming be there, the Blueprint Real Estate team, we all going to be there as well. There are some changes, Duc, that's going on, all right? Do you want to, with the NAR, right? What are some of those changes happening? I know a whole lot of agents. I was on Facebook one day, and all of my realtor friends and brokers, and it's just just kind of just talking and say, it's going to change everything with that big lawsuit that happened.
Yeah, so the NAR was sued by Sister Burnett and all these other copycat cases over supposed steering and price fixing when it comes to broker compensation. So the allegation placed all realtors under liability, and the settlement, which is $480 million or something like that, was to release liability for all realtors. And there's some exceptions and fine print with that, but ultimately the change in the practice is that as of late July this year, the MLS can no longer advertise the buyer-broker compensation. Whereas before, for example, you go on MLS, currently, you can see, say, 2.5%.
Right.
And then what happens is, depending on what that number is, buyer's agents would then steer clients accordingly. So if someone were to offer 0% on there, you may not show that property.
Right.
Because it's human nature. You don't want to get paid $0 for working. So, so the intent of the lawsuit and all this stuff is anti-steering. They're trying to fix the steering problem.
Right.
Except the result of this is just a symbolic thing, because now you just can't put it on MLS, but you can put it anywhere else. You can put it on your website. You can tell them if they call you.
Right.
And then now there's a workaround where the seller can offer credits to the buyer, which the buyer can then use to pay the buyer's agent.
Oh, wow.
And yeah, it's just largely symbolic. But time will tell how this will actually play out in terms of what the buyer's agent compensation is going to be. But human nature remains the same, and I'm not sure if they're going to be able to fix steering, because that's just human nature.
Right.
People want to get paid to work.
Right. Yeah. So it's crazy. Obviously, I think it was just a money grab for the lawyers. I know we talked about that, but steering and all those things. But let's get back to Hawaii, right? Investing in Hawaii. How do you obviously the market, right? I'm pretty sure you love the market here, right? Since you've been inside the game, as being an agent, now a broker, when you first started, can you talk about those of you that's listening? I know a lot of people, you may be coming to Hawaii. We got a lot of military people watching this too as well. Shout out to all my soldiers, sailors, Marines, Navy, all y'all, right? But if someone coming in, and because I always try to tell people the importance of investing in real estate. Real estate do not go to zero. That's one of the only assets. Now, stock's gonna go to zero, but you're never gonna see an asset literally lose 100% of its value. All right, I have not seen that ever since I've been investing in real estate, and I can tell you I've been here 10 years where I own property that I have purchased for in the 500,000s, going for 1.3. I got property that I purchased for 1.5, 4 million is going for $3 million, and that's all within a nine-year period. What have you seen as an agent and now broker, and you can, people that's watching this and say, I don't know, it's just too expensive, and should I invest and all that? What are some of the things that you were seeing?
Yeah, so investing in Hawaii is definitely more challenging because of the higher barrier to entry. But if you can get in, the appreciation, just even naturally, like if you just held it for long enough, historically has been really good. The key is that you have to be able to hold it.
Right.
So if you only held it for a short amount of time, then you may experience some downturns, right? But then if you're able to survive and hold it, you'll do well in the long run. But for me, as an investor of Hawaii real estate, there are a few strategies that I've done and I've found to be better than the typical buy it, long-term rent, hold it strategy, which a lot of investors that's the first thing they know of when it comes to investing. But for one, live in flip. So my first condo that I bought, Makiki, it was okay condition like when we moved in. But then when we moved out, we did a cosmetic, rehab, like just renovated all the stuff that needed to be renovated, and then sold it for a profit. And that profit is tax-free because we lived there. So primary residence, you have, $250,000 tax exemption as a single, and then $500 as a married couple. So that's one strategy. Another is a new construction flip.
Yep.
So that's where you come in and buy it pre-construction.
Mm-hmm.
So I did that with Ali'i in Ward Village. Bought a 1-bedroom. We thought we were going to live in it.
Right.
But turned out we had a family.
Kids, yeah. I went there too, by the way, with you. Yeah.
Yeah, no, it's a nice area, nice building. Like I would love to live there if I was like a bachelor.
Yeah.
Like it's way too small for a family.
Right.
And then so that one we also sold for a small profit. Since we didn't live there, we had to pay a little tax.
Yeah.
But still, like that's one viable strategy, and people have done this and made a lot more money. With the Ward Village properties. And then currently my favorite strategy is the house hack MTR combination, where you get multiple units. So there's different kinds of house hacks, right? There's like the actual multifamily zoned apartment,
right?
Different meters and all that. And then there's a single family with the multiple entrances. And then what you do is you live in one unit.
Yep.
And then you rent the other ones, but not just long-term rental, on midterm rental. Because to me, that's like how you get the most.
Right, midterm, absolutely. Yes.
Because short-term rental is not allowed in residential areas.
Right.
So 30 days is the minimum currently. So, yeah, while it's 30 days, should take advantage of it.
Yeah, and how many right now, because I know your property that you're living in, you have one unit up under, or is two? How many tenants?
So I have 2 units. Yeah, two bedrooms.
Okay, 2. And you live in one and you hack the other one.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah.
Well, so there's 3 units total. I live
upstairs. Okay, so you got 2. Okay.
Yeah.
All right, so now that's so, and you pretty much live there for free, I'm pretty sure, right?
Almost, yeah.
Almost there, yeah.
Yeah, well, and the combination with that strategy is also new construction. So, I prefer newer vintage in general. And then with that, you're also kind of targeting a more premium luxury clientele.
Right.
That allows you to charge more, which actually makes the whole management easier. Like, the more you charge, the better your clientele.
Right.
So then, there's less issues and stuff.
Right.
Compared to, if you were charge less.
Yeah. And we have so many events. We have so many meetups. I'm always talking to people. I'm always educating people on these different types of strategies. But, as, many years ago, all right, I've been investing in real estate since I was 20 years old. So 20 years, I was able to purchased my first property. I paid $13,000 for it, and that was a tax lien property. And I still own that asset to this day, which I call it my lucky charm. And I, just continue to, I was continue to buy. I never was a real estate agent. I always been a real estate professional or a real estate investor, right? But what kind of blows my mind, there's a lot of agents don't know these strategies. It's a lot of them. Like, I go to meetups, I talk to them all the time. They selling properties, they paying taxes and all types of things. Why do you think that? Why is that so? There's so many people that's in this field that are real estate agents, but not really, they almost there. They selling, they making a commission, but they don't know what to do with it. They don't know the next level, how to snowball it, how to double, how to pay minimal taxes. Why do you think that is from your foxhole, Duc?
Well, I think the barrier to entry is pretty high to get started, and then also the people that they surround themselves with are probably the traditional brokerage type of people,
right?
Who are not aware of like the investing side,
right?
Because most of them don't invest, and that's one of the strangest things I find about like real estate agents in Hawaii is that they don't all own real estate.
No, most of them.
So it's like imagine buying a car from a car salesman who like
they don't own car.
Took a bus to their dealership, right?
Yeah, it's just it is, and like you said, it is the cost to get into Hawaii. But even when you ask, do they own any real estate, right? With these commission checks, we do easy math, right? 5% on $1 million, $50,000. You know what I mean? Like, and you sell, 2-3 of those a quarter or whatever the case may be. You don't, if you're not able to invest here in Hawaii, you should own some real estate somewhere else. Which you agree to that, right? It's like even if you have to go out in the mainland, right, to be able to do that. Which goes to my point. And again, I'm not trying to bust anyone. What I'm trying to do is I'm trying to educate here. All right, trying to educate. What make us different? You know what I mean? Than all these other companies, right? All these other brokerage companies that's out there. What make us different? What we do on our multifamily side that we are allowing our agents, giving them the opportunity to do.
Yeah, so on our deals, we can offer lower minimums to allow our agents to get in our deals.
And tell them what is our deals? What are we talking about here? Obviously, those of you watching, Duc and I are partners with Tri-City Equity Group, and we have about 600 units that we currently manage. We have had up to 800 units. Me personally, I have purchased over 1,200 doors, LP active, vacation rentals. Like I said, I've been doing real estate for 20 years. But we know all things about real estate. But what you can continue. I just want to make sure they understand what we do. All right, those of you that's watching this, and how we are able to allow our agents to be a part of what we got going on.
So on the Tri-City Equity side, we are a value-add multifamily firm. We basically multiply investor money through these multifamily business plans. Come in, rehab the property, improve the curb appeal, improve the tenant base, increase the rents, and then exit and create a profit. So being the owners of the brokerage as well, we can offer deals to our agents to allow them to get in for less than what they normally would have to put up as a minimum.
Right. So, and which give them an opportunity to say, all right, well, it's too freaking high. I don't got, $100,000 put down, but maybe, our minimum is $50,000. Maybe you got $50,000. All right. But because, Duc and I, are the general partners of Tri-City, when we doing these deals, we also had the flexibility to look at all of our agents and try to help them, just like we help a cousin, a mother, a friend, relative, and say, "Hey, we can pull those down for you." Hey, here's get it. You got 25,000. You want to get in? Hey, get in at 25,000. At least you can get in. All right. But the piece in the multifamily side, and I was talking about this morning. There's a lot of investors, especially here in Hawaii, that are into flipping houses, or they building houses, and they are getting hard money, right? Where they doing promissory note, getting 12, 13%, right? Which is, if that's your thing, that's cool. Me personally, I need the highest possible return off my money, and I need to get some type of depreciation. And there's no depreciation out there. Say, oh yeah, I'm investing in this property here, or I'm flipping this property on the west side or the east side, and I'm getting a 12, 13, 14%. All right, well, if that's what you're good with, that's cool. But that doesn't help me. I mean, like having that active income. I want the income. I want the depreciation. So what Duc and I, what we talking about in the syndication is, when we buy these large assets, these apartments, we able to do a cost segregation study where we are depreciating the asset. Once we depreciate the asset, we are, based off your pro rata share of ownership, all right, because on the capital stack, we got all these investors in there. And what we're doing is we are giving you, based off your pro rata share, your ownership, you are getting that tax loss through cost segregation study, which is going to help offset maybe your commissions that you are getting that have to pay the IRS. That's what we're talking about, making sure you understand that. And I always tell people is another reason that, is not only to barrier to entry, knowing a group, right, like us to be able to get in there. Because, yes, that's true. There are companies that you can go right now, Google, crowdfunding or whatever the case may be. And it's going to be tons of companies out there you can invest $25,000, $50,000, $100,000 that you can invest in these companies that you have no idea who they are, really, don't know their track record or whatever the case may be. So what we're doing is we are creating something. We have built something that, again, we purchased somewhere around 15 different properties. How many properties have Tri-City have exit?
We've exited 6 deals, 4 of which were syndications.
6 deals that we have exited. One of those deals that we went in, and during this market right now, we have just exited on the deal a couple of weeks ago for over a 7% return off investment to our investors. Deals before then, we were talking, much higher returns, and 7% is phenomenal. And it's currently right now is April 26th, and we scheduled to sell another property for almost a 2x multiple, and that's double investor returns. And that's what we want to do. We want to teach real estate professionals, real estate agents, friends, or whoever want to understand, whoever want to be a realtor, I want to invest in real estate, or you currently may watching this and you say, I want to be a realtor. I want to have my own my W-2 job and just continue to do it. That's fine. That's what you want to do. That's good. But we want to teach you to get into real estate. And I always tell people it's great if you can graduate and skip, high school and go straight to college. All right. And if you can go from, elementary, middle school, graduate high school and go straight to college, would you do it? I was asking you that, would you do it? I would. I didn't go to college, but, that's what we're talking about. Because if you right now, even if you got to run a property, I got to run a property. What are these guys talking about? Well, rental properties come with a headache. You know what I mean? Like I got rental properties. All my rental properties are changed over all to vacation rentals. Everything else in my portfolio, we've been moving those and put them into multifamily investments because you don't have to worry about the headache. You get the K1. Which is their ownership, showing that you own these assets with us. You are owner. All right. So, want to talk a little bit about that, Duc?
Yeah. So I guess the difference between owning your own small property, like, 1 unit to 4 units or whatever, say in like a Midwest market, or even here, right? If you have like a small collection of rental properties here, is that's not scalable.
Right.
Like it's your time. Like you have to manage that property. Even if you have a third-party property manager, they're probably going to be subpar, and you have to like keep them accountable.
Absolutely.
And if you don't even know how to keep them accountable, then like they'll take advantage of you. They'll just straight steal from you, and you don't even know it.
100%.
So that's like the typical property manager. So in our multifamily syndication world, it's infinitely scalable because you don't have to put any time in it. Like once you vet the deal and you sign up and you put in the money, that's all you have to do, and you just collect the cash flow and the monthly reports and updates, and you get your K1, your tax form K1s, and at the end of the deal, you get your big lump sum payment, and it's completely passive, which allows you to do the important thing, which is sell real estate, so that you can collect those big commissions and turn it into passive income.
Yeah, 90% of all millionaires, billionaires, man, they create their wealth through real estate. And they ain't talking like, they own 100, rental properties or anything. Like these guys are, if you driving up and down I-20, I-35 right now watching this, or I-95, and you looking to your left and your right, you seeing these apartment buildings They either, is a group. I mean, a small group where it's joint venture, maybe, 4, 5, 6 people, or they syndications. A lot of those deals are syndicated and where they're, there's 3 or 4 general partners, like for Tri-City, Duke, myself, a couple of our partners, Vince and Jim Beasley, Bob, and all those guys. But what's happening is, when you're driving up and down the highway, all these properties that you're seeing this is how it's owned by a group of individuals. And we want you to be a part of that. And you should, especially, I think it's a great way to get in real estate. If, you may feel yourself, I'm not there yet to buy my first house here in Hawaii. But you know what? When I got $50,000 and maybe, you invest that 50 and that 50 turn to $90,000 to $100,000. Well, guess what? Now you can go and probably, your chances are becoming, like Duke said, focus on selling, continue to put those, continue to buy multifamily and take those commission checks. And then those commission checks was going to allow you to, purchase properties, get your, property, in downtown Waikiki or, whatever you want to be at on the island. But so with that being said, for agents that's looking at this or want to become agents, like what make us different as far as outside of the real estate side? What else do we offer agents as far as, our splits and things like that?
Yeah, so in the local brokerage scene, there are essentially 2 types of brokerages. There's like the big firms that offer worse splits because they have brick and mortar, they have all this overhead that they basically charge the agents through commissions. And then there's the small boutique firms that offer the better splits, but essentially no value added at all. Having worked at a smaller boutique firm and understanding my main priority was just to keep as much commissions as I can as an agent. I want to offer that to our agents to give them competitive splits, but at the same time also offer the value of guidance and mentorship and to be able to solve their issues strategically, like not just the day-to-day operational stuff, but the bigger idea stuff to help them build wealth and not have to sell real estate forever.
Oh, 100%, 100%. If there's agents that want to get in contact with us, so with you, obviously you the head honcho, the principal broker. How do they get a hold of you, Duke?
You can check out our website, blueprintrea.com, and my email is duc@blueprintrea.com if they want to send me a message.
Yeah, so listen up. If you want to come join our team, just hit us up. Those of you in my social media, make sure you can hit us up. I can get you connected to Duke. You know what I'm saying? We got an awesome team over here. We're growing. Our agents are making things happen. They're currently selling right now. And even with the market, and if you're looking for a home, if you want to own multifamily, you want to create wealth in multifamily, and you looking to say, like, how do I get my first property here? That's what we're here for, mentorship. Between Duke and I, man, we have a ton of experience when it comes to real estate, right? I eat, sleep real estate. I also own, like I said, own a lot of business. I love my businesses. I love business. Business is super hard. So I just got a special thing about business, but I would tell you real estate is way easier. The cash on cash returns are totally different. You know what I'm saying? I make my money on the real estate side, on the exit side, but I make my money on the business side. One of the things is, I want to get paid while I'm sleeping, and that's how, having different businesses that's constantly, swiping transactions all through the day, all through the night is how I'm able to make money while I'm sleeping. So if you're watching this, I'm going to go ahead and wrap it up, man. Thank y'all for joining us on this Friday to the DB Business Blueprint Podcast. And if you're checking this out, I want to see you July 10th through the 13th for the Hawaii Millionaire Mindset. All right, so come check us out. And Duke, I'm going to end this up. If they want to come meet up, we also got some meetup groups here. I want you to go, how can they meet up with us too as well?
Yeah, check us out. We have a Facebook group, Honolulu Multifamily and More, which is a monthly meetup.
What about that podcast too? We got a podcast where they can start learning multifamily and all those other things too, right?
Yeah, and our podcast is the Cash Flow Project.
Also, check it out. All right, then. So we're going to go ahead and let it go here with Duc, our principal broker with the Blueprint Real Estate Advisors. Again, if you want to come over here, make sure you send us an email or hit us up, DM us. All right, peace. Have a great day. Peace.